Round midnight in moonglow they're hurrying hence, single file, nose to tail, on top of the fence. Their masks keep them secret, who knows who they are? They're looking for loot and they've come from afar. Pillage and burgle these waddling thieves as they rush in a row just under the eaves. The papa he halts, and then with a snort they see us and startle, and then they stop short. They're 8 minus 3, the whole family's there, and mama and babies, they stop and they stare. The gang wonders at us, are we robbers too? Like thieves in the night time, just me and just you? Have we come for apples, for fruit from the tree that's in the front garden, just you and just me? Perhaps for the pumpkins that twine on the ground, to make pumpkin pie out of what we have found. Or could chestnuts be the fine food we require, to have them with cocoa and warmed by the fire? Our tummies must be just as hungry as theirs. Are we after the currants or maybe the pears? Our garden's the grocer for this furry band. Have you guessed who they are? Shall we lend them a hand? Let's ask them all in. Let's toast some marshmallows. Let's whip up a feast for our animal fellows. Let's ask the coyotes who howl at the moon, say, you'll come on over and won't you come soon? And do bring the possums and wake up the bears. They've been too long a-dreaming asleep in their lairs. Let's join hands and paws and dance in a ring, play musical scores, even yodel and sing. Do tangos on chairs, wave sparklers and torches, gavotte in the garage, parade on the porches. Festoon ivy garlands all over the walls, ferment apple cider, use curtains for shawls. Wear lampshades on heads and play poker and blues. Let us frolic lustily and kick off our shoes. Would you get the silver on great granny's trove? And I'll spread the cloths on the lawn by the grove. And here, just in time, is Auntie Raccoon. She'll watch the babies, she'll sing them a tune. They've got napkins on heads, it's turbans they're wearing, and throwing their spoons on the bats, who are swearing. Oh, blast, say the bats, we weren't asked to dine, but they're not serving insects, so ta'd they're sublime. Please pass the quince pie and salmon en croûte. I'll send round the cider and ice cream to boot. And after the salad, and after the cheese, and after the snuff box, and after the sneeze, after the crepes and the pomme de Versailles, and after the pudding, here's mud in your eye. When it comes to the toasts and we're down to the port, we'll all raise a glass to the Queen, who's a sport. Would you toast the badgers? Raccoons are their kin, only badgers are cranky, we can't let them in. 'Cause Papa Raccoon has a war wound which caused a limp in his left hip and one of his paws, trounced enemy troops in a cavalry charge and rescued his sergeant, although he was large. The Victoria Cross by E. Rex awarded at Buckingham Palace for valour accorded. So when Rule Britannia is played by the band, he holds Mama Raccoon ever close to him, and looking deep in her eyes says, oh, Catherine, my dear, the orchestra's playing our song, do you hear? And they frolicked and danced ever closer till dawn, until Catherine, exhausted, let out a huge yawn, said, we love this so much we must do it again. So every frost moon of the year will be when we'll repeat this repast and have the raccoons as our honoured guests. And so, with balloons, we'll send them off home with some snacks from the feast to their secret abode in the mystical East. We've a pact with them now that they will remember to meet at the full moon of every November, to have a grand banquet with all of us here, and also the Queen, if she will appear. And I'll write a poem that honours this feast. Would you paint a picture of man and of beast? You never can tell what mysteries there be, what good things will happen when you are with me. Leslie Hidley, a writer and poet in collaboration with Peter Bellwood, a 40-stanza poem that had been turned into a beautiful book illustrated by Lucy Bellwood.